Hi everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio. I'm going to show you another card in my series for celebration, but before I do that, just a couple of things. One, it's getting really close to the end of being able to sign up for my cloche class. So all of my classes are online. I have one in-person class, a stamp camp every month at my house. So if you're in Indy, you can get information on that. I don't send it out to everybody because you have to live close enough to be able to come. But my online cloche class is getting ready to end up its registration. So you can go to my website and get all the details for that. And then I just opened up my online fall retreat. So that takes place in October, but because it's online, you do not have to be there the weekend that the videos post. They post from a Friday to a Sunday. So you have access to the videos for as long as they're on YouTube. So, which, you know, unless you do something awful and get kicked off, it should be forever, right? But I just wanted to show you the bundles that will be featured. Now you can get, when you sign up for one of my retreats, you can get the full shebang. And this time, if you do get the full kit, you also get a free stamp set, or you can do what I call a pick two, and you pick two of the bundles, or you can just get the card supplies, or you can just get the videos, or you can join my team. I guess there's 5 ways, because if you're on my team, then you always get all of my tutorials, my online tutorials for free. There's a couple of classes that I do send the products out to as well, but the retreats are free as far as the tutorials for my girls. So I wanted to just show you the 3 bundles that I'm focusing on, but there's always a technique or like something that all of the cards, we do 12 projects, that all of the cards are focused on. And this time it is specialty papers. So these don't all have specialty papers, and these are already on my YouTube channel. They're not cards that we're going to make in the retreat, but it gives you an idea of the bundles. So this is the maybe giving thanks. I can't even remember the name of it now. You would think that I could remember these things, but there's too many stamp sets. But this one does have some specialty paper on it. It has the gold specialty paper that we colored with the blends, and it has the pearlized that has been run through the pearlescent that's been run through the folder. And then this one is, I guess I'm not going to remember any of the bundle names. So you're going to have to go, because there's names for the dies, names for the stamps, and the names for the bundles. And that's just too much for my little mind right now. So this also has some specialty paper. It has the pearlized paper, and then it has the cork. So sometimes in the retreat, we will be just using the paper to make the cards beautiful. And sometimes we'll be doing a technique on them. So there's different ways that we'll be using them. This is actually a Christmas set. I think it's called Merriest Moments. Maybe that's the name of it. And for this card, I switched it up to be a fall. And then this one is, there's no specialty paper because this is the super simplest card ever. But this is Christmas season of giving, maybe. Christmas moments, Christmas memories, I don't know. But go to my website, be on my email, and then you get all the information on how to participate. Super fun. I love my retreats. They're a lot of fun. Then I have this laying here because it's been a couple of videos that I have reminded you that my free gifts with purchase for September, because it's winding down, are the Lattice and the Wink of Stella. And both of those are used on this card. So this tutorial is up as well. And this is also a cloche card, and this is the Sweets Treats and the cloche, which are both featured in the upcoming online cloche class. So for this one, we're going to do celebration. It does end the end of this month, so you don't have a whole lot longer to get what you want. I'm going to use the paper in this one. So I'm using, it's called Beautifully Penned. So it's right here, and if you notice, it coordinates with the Hand Penned Petals bundle out of the catalog. So I'm using the Hand Penned Petals bundle. I like that the name's right here. I don't have to remember. And so this paper, it's kind of interesting. There's just 3 different designs. There's 12 sheets, so you get 4 of each instead of when we have 4 and 3 of each. So you can use it in the black and the white, or you can you can see on here where they've colored some of it here. You can just stamp on it. So we're going to do a couple of little things, but I am using the Hand Penned Petals, which are in the annual catalog, and that's what matches. So as of filming, this paper is still available, but there is a chance with all of the papers that they could sell out before the end of September. The bedazzling is already gone. So if you want it, you need to make sure that you get it. So I'm going to take a piece of shimmery white. Again, some specialty cardstock, and shimmery white is my favorite cardstock that we have, always. I use it all the time. In fact, I could never have white and vanilla and just have shimmery white because it's kind of an in-between color. And I would be perfectly happy. So I'm going to stamp this in Memento. Put it over here where I did my other one. You can see where I've already stamped my one card. You get the most use out of your cardstock if you don't have to pre-cut it. So it's beautiful. And you can see then the designs on the paper. Well, here's the bigger side, how they match the stamps. I don't have any words on this. I'm thinking, did I put any words on it? And then I am going to take, I'll cut this out first. When you do it this way, so you don't waste hardly any paper. If you are always cutting squares around, which you have to do for classes and events, but if it's just you stamping, do it like that. Okay, now we're gonna add some color to these. So I have a piece of basic gray that will be my background. The black I felt was just a little bit too dark. And so when I did this, here's how I came with my color combination. I wanted it to be subtle, and I wanted it to match this ribbon because I thought this ribbon is really pretty. It's our Blushing Bride Frayed Grosgrain, and it just has a real soft romantic feel to it, which kind of matches this paper. So I am not going to use any scrap because for this, I'm just going to use this piece here because it's going to get covered up. So I'm going to take this first and we'll add the colors. So for this, I chose to use the two-step part of the stamp. So this stamp set comes with the second part of all of the flowers. So here is our big one. And I don't try to get them perfect because if you get all of them perfect and then the very last one is not perfect, then you have to start over. If they're all a little off, then it looks more artistic and you don't have to worry about getting them all perfect. So just kind of match it up. This one's a little bit harder because I want it to at least look like it's hitting it. So now we have the color added to that, super easy. I'm gonna leave this open because I need it. And then I'm gonna use Soft Succulent. And here's how I use my stamp pads. I've had a couple of people recently ask me about it. I never shove mine back in because I don't like to get my hands dirty, but I know that for those, and I open and close them so fast, it just doesn't seem worth it. I know for those of you that have arthritis or issues with your hands, this is a much easier way to use them because you never have to slide them back. So just pop them upside down. So I'm filling in the leaves. So there's a big leaf and a little leaf. And on this one, I am just going to use whatever's left on there so it's a little bit lighter. So see, that one's pretty perfect. And if you get them all like that and then the messed up ones, but you can have one or two perfects and not worry about it. And then there's a little leaf. So we'll add that there. So there's the color for this. Now I'm going to take, first we'll start with this little scrap of paper and I'll just go ahead and do, I'm going to do the pink. So let's go to our Blushing Bride. Flip this back over to the side I'm going to use. I love this piece here. So just put this around. This is my yellow, orange, red blending brush. And I just, when I'm done, I will blend it on some scrap paper till it all comes out. So you don't have to have one for every color. You can see all of the colors that are in the kind of these color families I have used on there. So I'm just gonna add some color first to where the flowers are. It's not perfect. We are just giving hints of color. Again, I wanted this to be kind of a soft, romantic looking card. Now when you do this, when you use your card front for scrap paper, you need to remember to mount it here and that that's not your back. Otherwise, your back will look like it had. I'm just gonna add some color here. And you can see, even with all those colors, I don't rinse mine out. I don't wash them off. But even with all the colors on it, all you get is the color that you're using. As long as the last time you're done, you just kind of smear it, which I don't have to because I have camp coming up and this is a camp card for the girls that are coming to camp. So I will smear them all out when they're done. So I got that little bit of background added there. Done with the pink now. Then let's move to our Soft Succulent. And I'm not doing everywhere. I want to have a little bits of hints of white, but I also want to have this really pretty color that kind of ties it all into our flower. It's got that. Then this is too white now for this card. So just take your succulent and just kind of fill in. The harder you push, the more ink you get when you push on here. So now it's just kind of toned it down. And then there's, see, look at my pretty background. There's this little bit right here that I just want to have some green. So I'm going to just tap this over the stem. If you do too much, it'll be too dark. But there's no, I think this little piece here could kind of fill that in, but since I had this out, I'm just going to do this. Now let's pull our die cut machine over. So this is the piece that comes with the hand penned. We'll just cut this out perfectly for us on the really pretty shimmery white cardstock. This would make a nice wedding card, and I actually have a wedding coming up in a couple weeks. My daughter's had a wedding every single week for several weeks now. She's in one this weekend, and then the one we're going to, she's also in. But this looks like it could be the card that I take to the wedding. It's got that. I guess I need to pop it out. And then I'm going to use another thing that I don't remember what it's called. I do try to always put the things that I've used down underneath my videos or on my website. So if you need to know something because I couldn't remember the name, then just head over there and it has the link and everything that you need. So we are going to use this folder. It's part of the Quiet Meadow. It's maybe like Typeset Meadow, Typeset something. It's an antique looking one. So I'm just gonna lay all of my pieces in here at once. I'm just gonna pop that on here. And I know I'm gonna put this piece down here, so I'm just gonna lay that there. That way if it has any outline, you won't notice it. Then you do need the gray plate. If you still have the old Big Shot and you have a hard time getting some of the new thick folders through, you just need the gray plate and it will work with your Big Shot. So this will give us some really nice texture to all of our pieces and kind of add to that romantic feel that we're going for. See, it gives it more of a fabric kind of feel. So you can see on this side what it would look like if it wasn't so busy. So for this one, it does have like words and things in it. I don't need any of that for this. I just wanted a light texture, and this is a great folder for some light texture. So anytime it's on something that is a little busier of a background, you won't notice it. So I'm going to take this and just add some adhesive here. Down towards the bottom, I'm going to kind of make a little bouquet. And one of my 4s is cut better than the other 4, but that's okay. You can take it to your paper trimmer or just trim that off. And then I'm going to take the ribbon, and I know I want my bow to be on this side, so I don't need very much here. So I'm just going to work with my bow over here. Maybe. And I don't want a big bow. I want this to be, again, I'm going for a soft romantic look. So I don't want some big whopping huge bow on this card. If you still have white tulle, the white tulle would be pretty on this card, but we don't sell that anymore. See, I'm just making a little bow here. And then you want to make sure that you have enough. So flip it either way because you don't want to waste ribbon, and you can make your bow go either direction. So trim that off. Make sure my 2 loops are straight. Yeah, and there's enough on both sides. So just take your adhesive, pull that on there. Make sure you're gonna have enough to tuck under that side. Get that straight. And that one's straight, and then flip these over. So this was a little bit more than I needed on this side, but it's okay. Just fold those around. Isn't that pretty? And then add your adhesive over here. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals because I want this to kind of look like it's a raised up bouquet. So when you want that, then obviously I don't want the whole thing necessarily raised up the same. So I'm just gonna put my adhesive on these bottom 2 flowers. And then that way this one will stay lifted up a little bit more. And then just tuck it behind like the bow is kind of holding it all together. And then for my embellishments on this, again, these are in the annual catalog. So it's the Elegant Faceted Gems. Just because we have a holiday catalog out right now and a celebration catalog doesn't mean that there isn't beautiful stuff still in our annual catalog. And all 3 of these colors work on this card. So I'm going to add the Blushing Bride one there. And then there's a white and a clear. So that's a big one. And then I'm going to add the 2 medium or 2 smaller ones down here. So there you go. You could add a little saying here if you wanted. I like the simplicity of it. And so when I go to make it a bridal card, I will, here, let's just do it. I will pull out, I'm trying to see if there's, oh yeah, there is a congratulations. So let's just go ahead and finish this off so I can use it for the wedding. So let's add this in here because I think this looks pretty. I always like to have something added in there. And then you can see it says congratulations. So I'm going to pull this one out. We'll just mount this right up here on the top of this stamp. That way at camp, if the girls want it to be a congratulations card, it's there. But you can always make a birthday card, anniversary card. Well, this congratulations would work for anniversaries or graduations, showers. So there we go. Now it's done on the inside as well. So there's this one. And here's the one I've already done. This one was a little bit wider of a piece down here, and I really liked this better. I mean, not better. I just really liked the stripes because that was my favorite piece of this. So there you go. Super easy. Remember, the paper is free with a $50 purchase. Everything in the celebration catalog in here is free with 50 or 100, and you can accumulate all of them, as many as you want. And then if you're interested in joining my team and getting the classes for free, then when you join right now, it's $99, always $99 plus tax. You never pay shipping, and you pick 125 of whatever you want. But through the end of September, you can pick one of these bundles as well. So these are listed on my website if you don't have this catalog. If you need a holiday or an annual catalog, let me know. I'd be happy to send you one. Everybody have a great day. And I will catch you back here later for another card in my celebration series. Bye.